Hello, gorgeous. My name is Mina Irfan, and I'm a relationship, wealth, and soul mentor. Today, we're talking about how to be girly and feminine on dates while also dating with a purpose. So, I like to promote healthy feminine energy, healthy masculine energy, and healthy relationships. And really, the foundation of any relationship is knowing exactly what you want. What are your values? Why are you dating? Like, what's the point of dating? Are you really clear on what you're looking for? Because I find that oftentimes my clients, my students are dating and getting burnt out from dating, but they're not very clear on what it is that they're looking for. So let's really break this down. So the number one thing that I want you to do is make a list of things that you are looking for in your ideal relationship. So right now, just brainstorm, don't second guess yourself, just write down everything, like mind dump it on a piece of paper. Like, what do I want in a relationship? Phase 2 of this will be to go back and say, why do I want this? And in the why, you're going to want to take a look at what was your parents' relationship like? What were the relationships like of your earliest role models? Who was your earliest feminine role model? Who was your earliest masculine role model? What healthy things did you learn from that? What not so healthy things did you learn? And see if any of the things on your list are coming from a place of childhood wounding, and if you're trying to fill that gap in your relationship now, because that is not the best way to attract a person. Because when you're in your wounded and you're trying to fill that void, you're also going to attract and manifest someone that's a reciprocal, and he's also going to be in his wounded energy. Not that you can't heal from that. I know my husband and I did, but you want to make sure that you're really being clear on what you want and for the right reasons. So for example, I know that when I made my love list, a lot of the things luckily ended up working out, but some of the things on there were based on me not receiving love as a child, or me not being able to trust men. So they were coming from a place of wounding, and they didn't have the best intentions in there. So you want to make sure that it's really something that you're giving thought to, you're infusing it with your consciousness, and you're really sure of what you want and what the ideal outcome is. Like, what will this relationship feel for you, and how will this relationship fit into other parts of your life? Remember, a relationship, a healthy relationship, is not supposed to fill and place in for all other aspects of your life. It's not, that's too much pressure on a relationship. It's just one part of a healthy life, one part of your full life. So make sure you've got your list down. Now, third step is to see what would be the reciprocal of that list. So what you're wanting in a partner, right? So if you want someone that's trustworthy, that means you have to be trusting. If you want someone that's masculine, then you have to be feminine. If you want someone that is funny, then you have to be someone that laughs at his jokes. If you want someone that gives you presents, then you have to be someone that receives presents well. Is this making sense? Because a lot of times we want these things and then we block them because we're not the reciprocal of them and we don't know how to receive them. It's very uncomfortable for us, okay? So that was step number 3, I think. Okay, so now you have a blueprint. You are dating with a purpose. You know that the type of relationship that you want, what it's gonna feel like, what are the qualities of that person, and how you're the reciprocal of it. So now on to the next step. The next step is to really align yourself physically and mentally, emotionally, and in all of your messaging, whether you're online dating or you're letting your friends and family know that you're going to be dating, whatever you're doing, that it's all consistent. This means that if in your mind you really want marriage and you're going on dates or telling your friends that, I don't know, I'm just testing the waters out there, you're not in alignment. You really want marriage. Like, be honest about that. Like, own it. Say, I would really like to get married. Let your friends know, I am actively dating for the purpose of marriage. In your profile, write down, looking for my forever man, looking for marriage. Don't shy away from being honest in your online profiles. Now, a lot of women say to me, Mina, but if I write that, won't I scare him off? Yes. You want to scare off all the people that are not healthy enough or are on the same wavelength as you. So if there's a man reading your profile and he's like, marriage isn't for me, this woman is cuckoo, I'm gonna click off. Great, because you didn't waste any time. That was a very low investment. He clicked off, and you didn't have to go on a date with him, you didn't text with him, any of that stuff. He just checked off. So one of the things that my husband and I clearly had stated we met online, by the way, 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago. And we were very clear on our profile that we were both looking for marriage, and we were very clear on what we wanted. We were the reciprocal of that. And so when we met, within 2 weeks, he proposed, and we were married 2 months later. Now, I know that's not for everyone, and I'm not saying everyone should get married in 2 months, but we were really clear. And so we knew that we were both looking for the same thing. So it is okay to write down on your profile that I am looking for marriage, because then you remember, we don't want 10 people, 20 people, 1,000 people contacting us. We just need a few of the right people that are looking for the same things, that are aligned, because at the end of the day, you only want to marry one person, right? You don't need 20 people to be on the same page as you, okay? So be crystal clear, and yes, this is something to be honest about, that is what you're looking for, right? This doesn't mean you're the right guy, but it just means that is what I'm looking for. Okay, now on to dating. So when you are on a date, when you're actually face to face with a person, what is your role on that? Your role is to have fun, be on the date, like be present on the date, and observe him. Okay, let him treat you, let him ask you questions. You can ask him questions too, but don't go into trying to convince him, trying to audition for his attention, trying to show him what a great wife or girlfriend that you're going to be. Don't go into interviewing him. Don't ask what, why, where questions that puts a man in his brain, and you don't want his energy in his brain. You want his energy in his body, because he's in his brain all day at work. And what makes you really magical and feminine and girly on a date is the fact that you have this unique ability to put him in his body. And you do that through being in your body yourself, being present, and observing him, right? So for most of evolutionary history, and this is true for most species on the planet, is that the male chases the female. And why I'm mentioning this and what this means for you is that women are not used to chasing, because we're not used to facing rejection in this way. So for most of human history, women were the ones that said, reject, 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 yes. You know, like we're the ones that are more invested in a relationship physically and like emotionally, and the way that we carry babies, and like we have more at stake here, right? It's like a bigger investment as us, if we're looking at simply from evolutionary terms. And so we evolved to be the one that got to pick. We're the ones that said yes. So when you're chasing a man and you're convincing him and you're interviewing him on a date and you're kind of like observing and like they're trying to convince him, and he's not the right one for you, and he says, this isn't for me, like women, we internalize that, like we make that a part of our worthiness, and we think that like that has something to do with our innate like worthiness as a human being and as a woman. So we have not evolved to handle that well, and he has evolved to not only handle rejection really, really well, and also to be in the driver's seat, to be auditioning, to be convincing, to be chasing, to be pursuing. So work with your natural talents and capabilities, and I call these your girl superpowers, and know that if you're relaxed in a date and having fun and being in your body, right, that has nothing to do with how successful you are at work. You can be a killer boss babe at work, and you can be really successful and wealthy and intelligent. You're not on a date to convince him that. You're not on a date to show him that. You're on a date to have fun and see what he's all about. So you're observing him, being playful, being light, being girly, being in your body. And a simple way of doing this immediately is engage all 5 of your senses. So if you find maybe you're coming from work and you're in your masculine energy or you're overthinking the situation, immediately touch something and feel it. Okay, feeling sense. Okay, maybe if you're eating, really go ahead and taste your food. Smell the environment. Maybe there's a candle burning at the restaurant, or maybe you're at the beach. What's going on? Smell it. And really get present and notice your surroundings, make eye contact with him, and really get like present in that way. And then engage your hearing. Like listen to what he's saying to you while still remaining in your body. Listen to what's going on in your environment, the clicking of the plates, the hustle and bustle in the restaurant, the soft conversations around you. When you engage your 5 senses, you're immediately in the present moment. You actually activate a completely different part of your brain. So let's do a quick recap here because this was a lot of information. And if you want to know more, you can go and check out my $1 Million Babe Masterclass, where we're balancing our feminine and masculine energies and creating wealth, love, and bliss in our life. So that's free right now, but it's usually $397. So you want to go grab that. You can sign up at theuniverseguru.com. Recap. Okay, let's do this. We are dating with a purpose. We're not just throwing spaghetti on the walls, as one of my mentors once said to me about, she's my business mentor, but she uses this analogy quite a bit. So she says, you don't want to just throw spaghetti on the wall when it comes to your business. And I'm going to say, you don't want to do that with your dating life either. You want to have a purpose. You want to know what type of a relationship you're looking for, how it's going to feel, what are the characteristics in a man that will make you feel that way, and what is the reciprocal that you can embody right now. Okay, step number 1. Step number 2, be really, really clear in your messaging, in your look, in the way that you think, in the way that you live, in the way that you relate to your friends and family members and your social media profiles, that what you're looking for. So for example, if you're looking for a long-term marriage and being a soccer mom, for example, and you're out clubbing, that's not necessarily in alignment. Nothing wrong with out clubbing, but you want to, like, it all needs to be in alignment because that's the energetic space that you're holding for this life that you're creating. So you want to have it all planned out and infuse some energy and some thought and some consciousness into it, and then have everything very clear. Then when you create your social media or your online dating profile, you want to be really clear, right? You don't want to beat around the bush, like, what you're looking for. If you're looking for marriage, say you're looking for marriage, and let that, weed out the people that aren't looking for marriage, Let the mature people that are looking for the same things be the ones that contact you. Okay, when you go on a date, your job is to be present, have fun, be in your body, and observe him versus interviewing him or convincing him or auditioning. And I say this is true in marriage and in dating. You don't want to ask a lot of what, where, when, how questions, because anytime we do this, we're going into interview mode and we're putting the man in his masculine energy in his head, and we're also going in our head to ask those questions. So you want to be a little bit playful. You want to, you can talk about, how something feels, what you're eating, how delicious it is, the sounds, like engage all of your senses and be playful. Let there be silence. Let there be gaps. Let there be just the dancing of your energy, the tension, the enjoyment, the pleasure. Don't just try to fill in everything with talking or like that awkward chatting and things that we tend to do. I know I used to do that all the time. Like every space had to be filled up. Like I could not stand anyone being quiet because it's like awkward. Be okay with being awkward. Be okay with the tension. See how he does with that. Like how does he do under that tension of that silence? What's dancing in between you, in between the space of the words? Like what's going on, right? Even with music, the reason that we love music is because of the space between the notes. If it was just like one long, big screeching thing, it would be kind of hard on the ears. So allow it to be soft and quiet and spacious, and just enjoy yourself and observe him. This is a time for you to see how he's doing. Men have pursued us for ages. It is something that's pretty much ingrained in their DNA, and most species on the planet still live that way, right? Where the masculine, the male pursues, and I'm sure it's not true for a few species, but most species are that way, and the feminine, the female, is the one that chooses. So don't go and reverse those roles just because we haven't evolved to be okay with the rejection. Now, of course, you could be a higher evolved conscious being that's fully aware and you handle rejection just like any man, and that's fine for you. But if you're trying to have a feminine, masculine, juicy polarity, fun relationship with long-term success, then you want to let him lead some of the first initial dating, and that will also play into later in the marriage, where you want to make sure that he's still chasing you 20 years down the line and you're not losing that polarity. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments, what are some of your best tips for dating, so we can all learn from each other and try those tips and tricks on our dates. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.